Here's Lilo, Headbangers Lifestyle. Thank you for tuning in. I'm here at Alcatraz Festival edition 2022, finally, and it's great weather. It's hot and sweaty outside, and I have here the band Pallbearer from America, from the town Little Rock in, how do you say that?
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Or you could say Arkansas.
Arkansas, that's
But it would be wrong.
Quite
It
easier,
would be
right?
wrong, but it might be easier.
It's easier for us European, you know.
Yeah.
So please, what's your name? For you?
My name is Mark.
I'm Brett.
I'm Devin.
And one is missing, but
Joe went to find the interview and
Joe-
was never seen again.
yeah.
Joe is out to lunch or something.
Yeah.
All right.
Lost in Alcatraz, right?
Yeah, trapped in
Ah.
Alcatraz.
Trapped in Alcatraz.
So you're from Little Rock, and we know that's the town that Evanescence is coming from.
Bill Clinton.
But we don't talk
talk
about
about it.
politics, so it's like music. But you know, it's no problem. Joking. So well, they're quite successful, but you guys from that town as well.
Not
Is it
nearly
like
as successful.
Is it yeah? Is it a musical mecca there, or is it so boring that you have to make some music to
I'd say for a town its size, it's pretty.
We punch above our weight musically. Like the music scene's actually pretty vibrant. Not just in metal. Like there's a great hardcore scene.
Right.
The band Terminal Nation, they're starting to get a lot of attention now. They're really great, and they're from Arkansas. I'd say they're kind of like leading the Central Arkansas scene right now, and yeah, there's a lot of great like singer-songwriters and country music and stuff.
Very inspiring there. Like
Oh yeah,
nice
musically
songs.
for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So you guys make kind of a doom metal kind of, can I say that, music? So what really attracts you to that style of music? Why do you like to play that?
Live.
Live?
Being
Live?
what it is.
Yeah?
You know.
Can you explain
Wanting
that?
to be deaf in the next
Wanting to be
10
there.
years.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Right.
Slow music has like kind of always been popular in Arkansas, and this is kind of what we were used to playing and we came up with, and so we just kind of hopped on. You know?
The temperature is so hot you can't play fast.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good excuse. So I understand that you're on a full European tour right now, and I think it will last till November. Is it?
We go home for a month.
You go home.
We're here.
Okay.
We're here for like another week and a half,
Yeah.
and then we go home for like the month of September, most of it,
Yeah.
and then we come back, and that's when we do most of the shows.
Yeah.
We'll be back for 6 weeks.
September through till like early November.
Yeah. Because I think it's at this moment it's very expensive to, especially for American bands to come
Yeah.
back and forth.
Gas.
Yes, and I think the whole touring has become very expensive. So how do you handle a tour in Europe anyway, with everything that's around? Also, of course, the whole situation. How is that for you?
Hope to play well enough to sell a lot of merch.
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty much the goal.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of had the tour, we haven't been on the road properly since 2018. So it's like, yeah, the situation isn't ideal, but I think people are really hungry for music right now, and we're hungry to be back out on the road. So it's
We're also
like
just hungry.
also just hungry. It's like poor, but I mean, I think people are really receptive to stuff, and we're excited to be out doing it again. And I think if we play well, people are gonna buy our merch and support us, and that helps us, and
Yeah.
hopefully everybody's happy at the end.
Yeah, so that's the way you can make it as a band, at least to cover everything.
Yeah,
Merchandise.
merch is ideal. I mean, that's the crux of it all,
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you play a relatively small show, but everybody buys a record or two, a shirt, like that adds up.
One time, Devin said, "We're a band. We play music, but we're also a traveling T-shirt."
We're
Oh,
traveling.
that's
Sure,
nice.
Effectively, traveling t-shirts. Yes.
That's a good one. So is there kind of a big difference between playing in America and in Europe? Do you see
yeah.
any difference? Can you
Yes.
explain that?
Well, there's a lot more like resources here. Europe has the hospitality is really much higher than you can typically expect in the U.S. And like I say, there's more of a like tradition of heavy music, rock music that doesn't really exist in the U.S. I mean, there's a history of rock music in the U.S., but now it's just not quite the same, and there aren't like as many places for it. So I think it's more underground and overall in the U.S. at this point. And it can make it a little rougher. Plus the travel distances are absurd.
Yeah.
And here you can like travel 6 hours and it's very, very
Like 3 hours.
Yeah, like a different country. So, in which country they serve the best beer so far here?
Oh, clearly Belgium.
Belgium?
No, I'm just playing to the
Germany?
No, but they're all. I mean, it's nice to experience the differences between each country. We really like Czech beer a lot, and Belgian beer is great. It's all.
So it's no,
all great. Nothing I
nothing's
don't
really
like.
standing
Yeah.
out or like your favorites.
I think the band favorite's probably the Czech Pills.
Yeah, we love the Czech Pills.
Yeah.
There's a brewery in Little Rock where we're from that wanted to do a beer for us, and so they were like, "Oh, you're a doom metal band. You want the darkest stout." And I'm like, "No, we want something light that we can drink a bunch of."
Drink like 15 hours.
Yeah, it's very hot, like at home,
Yeah.
and like most of the year, and so I was like, "Yeah, let's do a Czech Pill style." So they did.
Yeah.
It was like they even checked the like water that they were brewing with. The local water had the same like pH balance as the water that like Mud Bar is brewed with and stuff. It was like a happy like synchronicity. So it was really good.
Nice. And which country did they serve the best crab food so far?
Crap food?
Yeah, like
The best so far on this one. The food all over Europe's great. It really is. But the best meal I've had so far is last night.
It's
Yeah.
In a
Patronaat
Holland.
in
Oh, yeah.
Harlem. Yeah. Great food.
We'll see. We haven't eaten here yet. But
it's gonna be good here.
Yeah.
I've seen a fat hamburger floating around. I've been envious all day.
Yeah. Also, just the doner, like the classic like Berlin doner is hard to beat. Can't really get those back home. So every time we come overseas,
but it's like
it's not the same.
Like yeah.
So it's basically no crab food on the road. It's pretty okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Compared
far,
to the U.S., U.S. is
Yeah.
like
Taco
I
Bell.
guess we'll go to Taco Bell.
Like diarrhea every day for
Yeah.
weeks on end.
Ah, yeah, that sucks. Belgium.
I don't think they want to talk about diarrhea.
Oh, I mean, we'll talk about diarrhea and
You know,
politics.
it's
We can't
reality.
stop
So
it.
that's what happens on the road. I mean, it's real. So it doesn't matter. So today you play here at Alcatraz Festival. Is that a big deal, first of all, for you guys?
Sure, yeah, it's cool. These
Yeah.
are awesome. It's a blast.
I was sitting in my bedroom for like 3 years straight, so this is definitely better than that, I
Yeah.
would say.
But is this festival also known in the US? Like, oh, we have to play there. That's such a cool festival.
I don't know if anybody knows anything over the U.S.
Yeah.
Like, our like sphere of like awareness when we're at home is so small. Like we're so like focused on us specifically. We're like I think Americans in general are pretty like myopic in that we just mostly focus on the U.S. and then I'd say the average American, but most bands don't get to go to Europe and play festivals
Right.
and stuff. So like
Yeah.
your average person doesn't think about it as much.
Yeah.
We do because we get to do it. We're lucky enough to be able to do it. But
Yeah.
There are very few like just metal festivals. Most of the time when we play a festival in the States, like Bonnaroo or something,
Yeah.
where there's like a metal stage, but there's all kinds of different kinds of music, which I love
Yeah.
that too, honestly.
There's like you count on two hands.
Maryland Death
The
Fest.
Middle Fest in the
couple
United
others.
States. There's not really.
Psycho,
There's-
California.
There's a few.
Psycho Las Vegas and MDF, which MDF is gone now, but
Yeah.
that was pretty much all that we have.
Yeah.
So it's just the culture around
The one in
festivals
Portland.
doesn't exist in the same capacity in the U.S., which is really unfortunate. And it's the huge advantage that Europe has is
Yeah.
that like I think it really helps the scene, the metal scene and just hard rock scene, like thrive because there's these places where people can come and discover new bands and that keeps it going.
Yeah.
It allows bands to easily find new fans and everything. So
Yeah.
and play to a huge audience. Like there's nothing. I remember the very first time we ever came to Europe, we played Roadburn, and which is still one of the greatest festivals in the world, and every year. And for us, like a band that we're barely able to even travel outside our hometown, it was such a huge deal, and it felt like so inspiring to play to. There's probably 1,500 people in the crowd, and the biggest crowd we played to was maybe like 400 people, maybe 600 before that, and it was just like, all right, this feels amazing,
Yeah.
So let's keep at it.
Yeah. So is it easy for you to play on a small stage, and it doesn't matter if you play on a huge stage as well, or do you feel more comfortable in a nice little club, or doesn't matter?
We play all sorts of stages, for Sure.
It doesn't matter
I think-
where you are.
Small clubs are fun to play because you get the
Energy.
direct, ebb and flow between the crowd, but like
it's challenging.
The sonics of like trying to sing with the kind of music we're playing.
Yeah.
It can be a little
It could be a little
tricky and hard. And I think the music itself lends itself to big spaces, but they're both really fun to play. Like there's no real preference as long as the sound's good and
at least 5 people.
Yeah.
there's at least 5 people.
What kind of experience do you want to give your audience when they watch your show?
A really bad one.
Hopefully, like a kind of like close your eyes and like an escapist kind of thing. Like, reality is so harsh right now, and like it's so hard to be alive. It's nice if someone can just kind of close their eyes and enjoy themselves for an hour without thinking about it. Bullshit.
It's a vibe. It just kind of like we don't get a lot of people moshing at our shows. It's kind of the closed eyes, head bob sort of vibe, and that means when we see that happening, we can tell people we're having a good time, and that's all you need.
Yeah. So your latest album is called Forgotten Days, which was released, I think, 2020.
And it was literally forgotten.
Yeah, exactly. So are you trying to give it another chance now that you can do touring as much as possible and don't think about the next record yet? Or is it also...
Well, we're actually working on a record kind of intermittently with these tours. We're recording a record right now back home. But, these shows are all the first record.
Yeah, we're doing these 2 weeks over here. It's the 10-year anniversary of our first album, so we're doing just that straight through, and then we're gonna come back and play for 6 weeks with Elder in the fall, and then we're just playing a more mixed, typical set than we would normally.
Probably
do.
a lot of
new stuff.
A lot of forgotten.
Yeah, okay.
But at the same time, in the month between these tours and then after the Elder tour, we're recording another album at home, which should hopefully be out in 2023, probably by the end of the year.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have a lot of stuff going on, and all the material's different. The new album is pretty different than Forgotten Days, but we still haven't got to properly tour Forgotten Days. We're going to do that.
Can you already enlighten them? Why is it different? In what way? Or
A lot of it was written in 2019 along with the Forgotten Days material. We found that we were writing some really aggressive stuff as well as some more like dynamic material, and so we just kind of took the aggressive stuff, turned it into Forgotten Days, and then we were going to continue working on the other album and release it. We were supposed to record it in April of 2020, so clearly that didn't happen, which I think worked out because we got to spend more time and further hone the material. But they're kind of, some of the songs have actually been written since 2019, but the original idea was it was going to be 2019. But it's
But at least the fans have something to look forward to.
yeah, and it's different than any of our other stuff.
That's good. That's good. Is there any classic doom band that you would love to go on tour with? That are your inspiration or favorites or?
We've actually been really lucky to tour with a lot of bands that we love. I mean, as far as doom bands, I don't know, like
With the Ob.
yeah, we toured with Yob.
That's that like Black Sabbath band.
Oh, Black Sabbath's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Maybe they'll do a reunion so they can open up for us.
Yeah, we've been very, very lucky. We got to do St. Vitus, which was a big deal for us, like for American Doom. And
Nice.
Ufo Mammoth would be cool
Nice.
from Italy.
Yeah.
There's definitely a couple.
Neurosis, if they were still playing. I don't think they ever have openers anyway. But
Yeah. Well, good to know. Good to catch up right now. And is there anything you'd like to say to the European fans?
thanks for support,
Thanks. Yeah.
and hope to see you soon at a show.
Right. Thank you so very much, and thank you out there for watching Headbangers Lifestyle. We'll see you on the next time. Tune in then. Bye bye. Ciao.